Hello, my name is Naomi Stockman from My Local Hypnosis. I'm an anxiety specialist, and today I'm talking about our perceptual position and how we enter the world with our mental attitude from either a positive or a negative perspective. So let's have a quick look what's going on here. So first of all, there's a thing that I call the 3 A's. Now those 3 A's affect our identity, and the first one is our ability, how we believe we are able to show up, to protect ourselves, to fit into everything about our capacity or ability. So that's personal power. The second one is adequacy, whether we're enough, like physically, mentally, emotionally, am I enough? And this is more about comparing with other people, whether we fall short or are not enough. And the third one is our acceptability. Are we accepted by other people? Do we belong? Do we fit in? Are we liked? All that sort of stuff. So if you can think about those 3 things, we need to be able to give a high rating or high ranking, or feel that we have high levels of those 3 things in order to have a positive identity, that we have a loving capacity towards for ourselves. That gives us personal power. When we have enough adequacy, acceptability, and ability, then we have the I can and I am belief. And we go into the world saying, no matter what happens, I can do it. If I can't do it, I'll find a way to do it. I can learn it. I can make friends. I can get help. I can. And if we don't have those things, then that is not there. So the I am is then a positive statement. I am able, I am capable, I am adequate, I am, etc. When we have all those things, that gives us trust, the ability to trust ourselves. And if we trust ourselves, we can then trust others. It's not the other way around. We all look at things, you betrayed me, or you hurt me, or I can't trust you, or whatever. The ultimate thing is that if you can trust yourself, you can then trust others, because you know that no matter what anyone else does, you will be okay because you trust in yourself. From there, life feels good. And so we have an attitude of intrigue, excitement, curiosity, looking forward to the future. That feels good. Life feels good. And that then in turn means that our thinking can be positive, our attitude can be positive. We are then ready to take on challenges. We are ready for change if needed, or if we would like it. We have the readiness for connection with other people, interaction with other people, whether it's a difficult conversation or it's an easy conversation. We're ready for whatever interaction is needed, and contribution. So we are ready to show up and give back, be there. Our nervous system is calm in this state. Our emotions are regulated, so we're dealing with stuff as it comes in. It means that when we feel something, we're feeling it right now, we're processing it right now, we're expressing it right now, and we're releasing it right now. So we're not holding on to that baggage in a panicked state. We are able to access our critical thinking, so logical thought, the ability to assess and make choices based on rationality rather than that kind of irrational sort of thing, and being able to be present. So I'm here today, I'm enjoying my day. If it's a challenging day, I'm ready for it. And that is how positive mental perceptual experience feels and how it operates. But it all basically, if you think about it, it starts with how we view ourselves. It's an identity thing. It's all about self. So let's look at the counterpart of that. A negative mental perceptual position would start with, instead of ability, we've got inability. So a lack of faith in our own ability. Inadequacy, feeling inadequate, not good enough, not smart enough, not pretty enough, not something enough. And that comparison again, and that fear of judgment. When you feel inadequate, you fear judgment. If you have a fear of judgment, there is some level of inadequacy there. Unacceptability, that comes through as a fear of rejection. Fear of rejection, I don't belong, or so forth. That then comes through as a negative identity. That is a self lacking, which is not that gives us a lack of love for ourselves. So there's that low self-worth, low self-esteem. People say, you know, I have low self-esteem. This is the crux of it, really. This leads to personal doubt. I cannot instead of I can, I can't. I am not, I'm not. So there's a completely, it's on the flip of what we were looking at earlier. This means that we have a distrust. Now, like I said, distrust of self. Distrust of self then leads to a distrust of others. We actually skip this part, and the world just feels like I can't trust people. I can't trust other people. Trust levels are low, which means suspicion is high. A fear of betrayal, abandonment, rejection, fear goes up. Worry, fear, apathy. So rather than having our intrigue, excitement and curiosity, we've got worry, fear and apathy. Life is feeling pretty bad, and you spend a lot of time in your mind worrying and picturing the future and feeling inadequate and unable to deal with it. And this is that anxiety. Life is a struggle. It feels bad. It doesn't feel good to struggle. All of this stuff is not feeling good. And then we feel needy. There's that emptiness, that there's something missing. We need security. So everything's from outside of us. We're needing security. We need safety. We need peace and reassurance. We need comfort and we need support. So because we're in an identity of lack, we're needing all this stuff. It's almost like a starvation, like a hunger. And that can actually come through as actual hunger. Our nervous system is overloaded. So we're not calm, we're overloaded, we're hyper aroused, we're hyper emotionally sensitive. So you get people saying, I'm an empath. Well, actually your system is hyper aroused. You are hyper tuned to be seeking distress in others and taking that in. So we're in a disconnection from our emotions. So everything's already up. So when an emotion comes through, it's hard to welcome it in and process it and let it go. So how do we get from here to here? Well, first of all, we have to change how we feel about ourselves, our self-identity. So first of all, we have to change our self-identity, how we feel about our own ability, how we view our adequacy, how we see our own acceptability, how we feel, how powerful we feel, our attitude towards our I can and I am. And there's so many ways that can be done, because it's working back to the unconscious mind, because all of this stuff, this doubt thinking, this doubt feeling, this inadequacy, this lack, you were not born with that. No one was born with that. It was passed down to you, passed on to you, transferred to you. It's not even yours. It's nothing to do with you. And it's just about giving yourself these things so that you have the safety and security within, so that you feel comfort and support inside of you, that you don't need the reassurance from outside, that you have a readiness to take on challenges, that you believe in yourself, you have your personal power, you trust yourself. These things are absolutely achievable for every person. Even if you are feeling completely like this and the world feels bad, and this stuff leads to negative, like people say, hey, think positively. If you're here, it's very difficult to use positive self-talk. Your internal voice will be reflecting this, and that's how you can tell what's in there, is because you will feel these things and your internal voice will be speaking in this tone. And it's very easy to train over to retrain that internal voice, to retrain the unconscious mind, and to restore our body to calm. And there are processes and procedures and systems that are very, very effective in doing just that.